I've got Diana via our website. And again, she is already referencing these LTNs, these low traffic networks. And she asked me this. She says, Brian, will you reopen our streets? These road closures are causing more pollution than before, as people have to drive more to go from A to B. Plus, it's making it difficult for emergency services to get to a destination. It's making it impossible for people who depend on a car to work to have movement and get their work done. It's affecting disabled people, destroying local businesses. It's making the roads unsafe as they are now deserted and basically not helping in anything at all. That's a direct comment from Diana on our website. And Diana, I really appreciate you because you pretty much sum up everything I heard yesterday in Ealing. You sum up many of the comments that I'm going to be reading you today that are coming on our vlogs. Hundreds and hundreds of citizens here in London, in boroughs all across the city that are expressing frustration that these LTNs, they're not being held accountable to the citizens. And so Diana, I appreciate that. I will revisit and reevaluate these LTNs. I believe that they can be used effectively, but right now I believe they are tax traps. They are being used to generate revenue via taxation to citizens of a borough who are already struggling economically, whose businesses have been forced to close down. They're stopping ambulances from getting to people they need to take care of. They're stopping families from being able to congregate by charging them taxes. I think that this needs to be reconsidered. I am all for green initiatives. I have an entire Green First plan that's outlined on my website, brianformayor.london. But we've got to address this. And the only way to address it is to get out in these boroughs like I am now and to see what's happening on the streets. And that's what I did yesterday in Ealing. And that's why I know this is such an important part. Again, I want to thank Mark for coming up and voicing his concerns to me yesterday as I was walking back on the bus. And I appreciate your passion for that as well. Another question from Shobin in Islington via the website says, I think like many, it has to be about LTNs. And these are these low traffic neighborhoods that I'm talking about. And she goes on to say, I know in Hackney, over 52% voted against them, but they were still implemented. The same in Islington. We were totally ignored. And this is the way a lot of people feel out there. She goes on to say, quote, I woke up a week last Tuesday and they had been implemented overnight. And she says in parentheses, I'm ex-ambulance service and just see the issues of emergency vehicles being able to access residential streets, potentially taking 3 times as long to get to an address. That's the difference between life and death in a cardiac arrest. Wow. She said that's the difference between life and death in a cardiac arrest. This is from a former, an ex-ambulance service person. So they really know what they're talking about here. And she continues, they have also affected the local side street shops where the traffic has now bypassed them. These measures, including the extensions of low emissions payment, is greatly and adversely affecting small businesses. And that's an incredible comment. I heard the same thing yesterday from the greengrocer. I heard the same thing from Marie, who's run a hair salon on the Avenue in Ealing for 46 years. They all voice frustration that these LTNs are hurting business, they're hurting access to key services, and they're hurting access by taxing the citizens. And I really appreciate these comments coming on here. There's a lot more coming in from Instagram. I just want to shift over there real quick. I got Super Izair on Instagram says, quote, when's the debate with Sadiq going to happen? And he is referring to the question I received a few days ago that said this, Brian, when will you debate Sadiq Khan? And I immediately said, whenever he wants. And so a lot of us have been asking the current mayor of London, why won't you debate Brian Rose? And he seems to not want to engage with me in a public debate. Again, I'm willing to do it anytime, anywhere, anyhow he wants to do it. We can do it on a mainstream network of his choice. We can do it on Zoom. We can do it at London Real Studios if he likes. Again, I want to present to the mayor the many, many failings. I want to present the data as I present it to you. And maybe he's got an explanation. Maybe he's got someone to blame. Maybe he's got a reason for his repeated failures on knife crime, his bankrupting the TfL, his lack of building affordable housing, and his refusal and inability to get London's economy back on track. So again, I am asking you, Mr. Mayor, tell me when. Just tell me when, and I'll be there. So it's a great question. Let's keep asking him. And again, if you want to know, go to his social media feeds, ask him, when will you debate Brian Rose? So thank you for that. Johnny Naps on Instagram says, Brian, you the man. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Star Moon on Instagram says, Brian for mayor. Thank you very much. I've got Corkum on Instagram saying, will the police be harassing us again, Brian? Question mark. The truth is, we just don't know. We're ready every single day to be pulled over, to be arrested. But the truth is that for us, democracy is more important. Getting you the right to choose is more important. So we're willing to put everything on the line to get out here on the road in a 100% COVID safe manner and get into these boroughs. You know, until you actually get on the ground, you don't understand the problems that people are facing. So it could happen right now on this live broadcast, for all I know, but we're going to keep pushing ahead either way. I got Jimmy on Instagram saying, quote, Sadiq is afraid to debate you because his tenure is nothing but failures. Hashtag Brian for mayor. And I was talking to Issa last night, my taxi cab driver. He drives a black cab originally from Somalia. And Issa said, Brian, he said, Sadiq's got no chance. He's got no chance against you. And I said, well, yeah, but then how come the bookmakers still have him as a favorite? And he said, Brian, what's he done in 5 years? He's done nothing. He's done nothing he can be proud of. Name one thing. And between the two of us, we couldn't name anything the mayor has actually accomplished in 5 years. And so it's a great question. I just want to shout out Issa for working. I think I might have been his only fare last night. And I know it's a struggle for a lot of businesses and entrepreneurs and small and medium-sized enterprises out there. I've had 30 years of business experience in so many different fields, from aerospace to engineering to media to education to finance in the City of London. And I know we've got to get London back to work. If we strengthen the economy, we will strengthen all things. And everyone believes that, and I appreciate all of you out there. So we've got a few others, and then I'll get back to a few of the points I want to make about low traffic neighborhoods. We've got Eagerness on Instagram saying, let's start with London and then the rest of the world. I agree. I think our ideas can be moved to all sorts of cities for the world. I've got Angelique on Instagram saying, I'm moving to London when you are the mayor. Sounds good. Let's make this city even bigger and better. We got Hollywood Saul on Instagram saying, I need to get me one of those Brian for Mayor mugs. You can find them on our website, brianformayor.london. You can get mugs. We got t-shirts. We got umbrellas. We got everything. Come there. Share our assets, volunteer to help us, ask me a question. It's an incredible website. We're super proud of it, as we are the swag as well. We got Brian Blay on Instagram saying, rooting for you, bro. Thank you. And we got Julie by James on Instagram saying, I heard the government bill would postpone mayoral elections in May. Is this true? We hope it's not true. We are campaigning as if we've got 94 days to go. I'm campaigning as if my life depended on this, because in my opinion, my life does depend on it. This is the future of the city I love. This is our future. We need to have it under the best leadership possible. We need leaders with innovative ideas, with solutions. And right now, I don't think we see that at all, and it's very frustrating. So again, appreciate that. A couple more comments. We got Didgrich on YouTube that says, damn, the battle is real in London. It is. And we've got Everyday Positivity on Instagram saying, keep going, Brian. We love you.